Okay, friends, lesson 26. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable. You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe that you can attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It is this law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interests rather than against them. Because your attack thoughts will be projected, you will fear attack. And if you fear attack, you must believe that you are not invulnerable. Attack thoughts therefore make you vulnerable in your own mind, which is where the attack thoughts are. Attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together. They contradict each other. The idea for today introduces the thought that you will always attack yourself first. If attack thoughts must entail the belief that you are vulnerable, their effect is to weaken you in your own eyes. Thus, they have attacked your perception of yourself. And because you believe them, you can no longer believe in yourself. A false image of yourself has come to take the place of what you are. Practice with today's idea will help you to understand that vulnerability or invulnerability is the result of your own thoughts. Nothing except your thoughts can attack you. Nothing except your thoughts can make you think that you are vulnerable. And nothing except your thoughts can prove to you this is not so. 6 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. A full 2 minutes should be attempted for each of them, although the time may be reduced to a minute if the discomfort is too great. Do not reduce it further. The practice period should begin with repeating the idea for today, then closing your eyes and reviewing the unresolved questions whose outcomes are causing you concern. The concern may take the form of depression, worry, anger, a sense of imposition, fear, foreboding, or preoccupation. Any problem as yet unsettled that tends to reoccur in your thoughts during the day is a suitable subject. You will not be able to use very many for any one practice period because a longer time than usual should be spent with each one. Today's ideas should be applied as follows. First, name the situation. I am concerned about blank. Then go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in that connection and which has caused you concern, referring to each one quite specifically saying, I am afraid blank will happen. If you are doing the exercises properly, you should have some 5 or 6 distressing possibilities available for each situation you use, and quite possibly more. It is much more helpful to cover a few situations thoroughly than to touch on a larger number. As the list of anticipated outcomes for each situation continues, you will probably find some of them, especially those that occur to you toward the end, less acceptable to you. Try, however, to treat them all alike to whatever extent you can. After you have named each outcome of which you are afraid, tell yourself, that thought is an attack upon myself. Conclude each practice period by repeating today's idea to yourself once more. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. This is, I say it for each lesson, but each lesson is just so powerful in its own right. And I think it really speaks to one of the core lessons that I learned from the Course in Miracles here is that if I harbor judgment or blame or guilt, and I am putting that on somebody else, I am the one holding that idea. So in the text, it speaks about ideas do not leave their source. So if I am having these thoughts, I am feeling the effects of those thoughts because they haven't left me. Even though I might be projecting them towards something outside me, They are within my field of energy, and therefore I will feel the repercussions of those attack thoughts. So, attack thoughts are judgments, regrets, grievances, projections, etc. Invulnerability is an interesting concept here because if we are as God created us to be, then we are invulnerable. We are not, in fact, vulnerable to other people's perceptions of us or thoughts that we harbor about ourselves in our own minds. When the course is asking us to take our time with this practice period and to focus on one thing at a time that you're concerned about. I am concerned about whatever it is. Stay with it. You might have 15 concerns right now, but let's just choose one concern and then go through the five, six, seven, or however many outcomes that you have in your orbit. So if I'm concerned about this situation, and I'm afraid this will happen, and I'm afraid this will happen. And just notice how those fears and stating them, how they feel. It's not to run away from those feelings, it's just to observe so that we can learn to make better choices for ourselves and step more into our invulnerability rather than being at the effect, being vulnerable of our own thoughts. It's so powerful here that it's saying that we are misusing our power right now. It's the law that what you would have affects you must also have effect. What you believe affects others also affects you. So it's important for us to see that our attack thoughts are being projected, but we have the fear thoughts. We are having the attack thoughts, and that is what is attacking our invulnerability. And so the only way to change that is to change our mind. And so again, the Course in Miracles, the lessons, especially these first 50 lessons, are so powerful in reimagining, creating some space, and then also going into some of the harder things, calling them out for what they are, the capacity to look without running, to say, I'm afraid this will happen. I'm afraid this will happen. Um, yeah, this thought is an attack upon myself. So it's really kind of taking responsibility and ownership of what is happening between our ears. And when we take ownership and when we take responsibility, only then do we have the capacity to change. The Course in Miracles says we pay a very high price uh, when we believe that we are at the effect of the world, and that is that we cannot change it. So when we believe that it is our own thoughts that are attacking our own invulnerability, then we have the power to change it. So yeah, a really powerful lesson here. I wish you some happy practicing. We'll see you soon.